Hello again and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about practice. What on earth does English pronunciation practice look like? For most people, it really just means listening to people and trying to repeat and really having no clue what it is that you're trying to change. And I want to take that mystery out of learning English pronunciation and improving your clarity. So I want to teach you some very specific things that you can do that actually will change your pronunciation rather than you finding out 10 years from now that nothing's changed and you're still having problems being understood. So hello, I'm Rebecca. I am an English pronunciation coach, accent modification instructor. I'm also a speech language pathologist, and I am here to teach you how to practice English pronunciation. And step by step, what does that look like? If you're going to look for very specific sounds and goals like that to practice, keep watching my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be posting lots of really fantastic functional practice that you can do that will change your English pronunciation in a dramatic way. So let's talk about practice. What does practice look like? When I'm working with clients, what do I do to help them achieve their English pronunciation goals? So let's get right into it. Number one, we talk about the basics. Okay, so we're going to talk about how the parts of our tongue move, our lips, and what movements they make in different languages and specifically in North American English pronunciation. We talk about the jaw and how open it is. We talk about the basics first so that you actually know when I'm telling you to place your tongue somewhere where that location is. Okay, so that's kind of where we want to start. Then we get into the concepts of differentiation. So hearing the difference between certain sounds that you struggle with. And again, in my channel, we're going to be doing a lot of that. So get ready and keep watching. There will be lots of new videos posted about basically minimal pairs and practicing and listening to speech and knowing what to analyze and what to change with our own pronunciation. And after we've figured out that we can hear most of the sounds that we're trying to produce, we're going to work on production. That just means actually saying the sounds that we want to do. So the first thing I want to point out is that many people just jump right to conversation. I know with a lot of my clients, that is something that they struggle with because they want to have these skills right away. It's a habit that you're building. And we all know if we've tried to do any kind of healthy eating lifestyle change or weight loss changes or anything like that, I try to increase my sleeping habits and improve those. But these are all habits and they take time. And you're going to fail and you're going to pick yourself up and you're going to fail and keep doing that over and over again. And eventually you create a habit. So jumping to conversation and thinking that you can change your pronunciation in a little bit of time is just going to set you up for failure. I want you to see English pronunciation as like a step-by-step improvement. And that's why I always take my clients right to the basics of how to produce a sound. So for instance, if we were learning how to produce the R sound, and again, if you're gonna learn specific sounds and learn about that, you can look at my channel and I will be posting those, but we would learn how to make that sound in an accurate way consistently just on its own. And it might mean just saying until we really get it and we know what we're doing with our mouth. And then we move to syllable level. Now a syllable just means we're going to add like a vowel sound with it. So for example, if we're learning the R and you've really gathered how to make that sound, we're going to now make that R and produce it with different vowels in different positions. So we might practice ra, re, ro, ru with all the vowels so that we know we can transition into the vowel and not have to say ode, if I'm talking about a road. Okay, so we're going to do syllables. And I might even do vowels before. So it might be R, ear, or, and just getting consistency there first. Again, we don't want to jump because if you jump and you kind of find out it's too hard, some people give up. I hope that's not you, but also it just gets frustrating. So let's not do that to ourselves. Let's make this easy. Once you can do the syllables and you feel really comfortable, then we move up to word level. So using our sound in all the different words in English, finding all the funny spellings of it, and getting familiar with that sound in words. And once we've got a really good accuracy level, I usually aim for 80%, and that's typical, I would say, even in the speech language pathology world when there is a pathology. If you can achieve an 80%, let's just keep moving. Let's move up to something harder. So now we would move to phrases. So in our R example, we would work on R in phrases. If I had the word read, I would use it in a phrase, which just means like a short part of a sentence. I can read. I can read. And then using read or other words in very short ways. And once we have good accuracy, we're going to move to longer sentences. And after longer sentences, then we can do lots of reading. So you're going to grab a book and you're going to read, read, read. Reading really is about increasing your speed. When you're at reading practice, that just means you're going to find your sound over and over and over in each of the words as you're reading out loud, not in your head, out loud. That's the whole point, is speaking. You're reading out loud, and my best #1 trick is to record yourself reading. You want to record yourself, either use your phone as a video or even just audio if that's easy, or your computer. Listen to yourself and identify the times you missed the sound or when you thought the sound sounded really good. Identify when you're liking how it sounds and when you don't. Okay, that's important. Once you're at a level where you're feeling like you can read really quickly, then we're going to move to conversation. The reason is because if you're still reading really slowly, then you're going to expect your conversation level will be pretty much similar, if not worse. So you want to get to a very fast, natural pace at reading. And once you hit that and you feel like you're there, there's nothing stopping you from trying to improve your speech while you're talking. But just know it won't be easy. It won't be a simple, smooth process. But once you're reading quickly and you're recording yourself and you're feeling like it sounds good, start to force yourself to use it in conversation. So it might mean maybe the first 5 minutes of your conversations with someone new, you focus on intentionally using that specific sound well. And you're not going to be good at it, okay? Just remember, you're going to forget, you're going to miss a lot, but you will get some of them. And that's the point. We're getting you slowly up to becoming a habit. So the goal is, if you notice that you missed the sound, correct it. Just repeat yourself and say, oh, I meant this, and say the word again. And doing that habitually as much as possible, and increasing the number of times that you did add the sound in, or you did change the pronunciation of that, let's say R, when you're talking, that will build the skill and build the habit. Now, if any of this information so far has been even the littlest bit helpful for you, if you found anything that I've said to be helpful, please find that little mitten hand, that thumbs up. Please click on that guy, because I want to be able to share with other people who are struggling with their English pronunciation, just like you. They're not feeling very confident when they're speaking, and they're often asked to repeat themselves. And I want to help these people, just like I want to help you. So if you can share this, or even just like it, and just let other people know, because I really want to share this information with as many people as possible. So thank you. Now, many people ask, how much time do I need to practice? Okay, how much in my day? For the clients that I work with, typically I'm teaching them making that sound and using it in words and phrases and sentences and reading within one session. But that's with feedback, right? That's someone helping you through. If you're on your own, I would take it a bit slower. So I might take one or 2 or 3 days just working on the sound, and then maybe 3 days or so working up on each level to get to conversation. But everyone's different, and I would definitely spend at least 10 minutes a day, maybe in the morning doing my words, and then in the evening doing a couple of my words. And maybe as I'm doing sentences, some tongue twisters while I'm doing the dishes, I'm going to say some of my silly sentences that have my sound in it, and just insert it and pepper it into your day as much as possible. When you get to reading, you're going to want to read a little more because you want to get fast. So when you get to reading level, try to do 20 minutes in the morning, maybe read some of your emails out loud at work. if no one's really around and you feel comfortable. And then do a little reading out loud at night and record yourself. 20-30 minutes a day is amazing, but when you get to conversation, it's really nice because you don't have to take time out of your day. You're just going to insert it into your regular conversations and your regular talking. So it doesn't take extra time, but it does take extra intention. So I always tell my clients, set some timers for yourself. Have an alarm, and as it goes off, just turn it off, and everything that comes out of your mouth for the next couple minutes, really be intentional about finding that sound you want to say and use. And then maybe a couple hours later, you have another alarm. You have 5 alarms set, each at about 5 minutes of really intentional speech. That can make some really incredible improvements for you over time. So that is what I would recommend to my clients, and that is what I recommend to get the results that they like to achieve. The best would be an hour long of conversational practice peppered throughout your day. So if you can increase it, the better. You're going to get faster results if you're using your new sound in more of your conversational daily interactions than if you just did it once a day for 10 minutes. As we all know, habits take intention, and it takes consistency, and it takes a little bit more focus. Instead of just using what we would normally do when we're speaking, we're going to intentionally insert this sound in and practice that way. Now, if you're looking for more information on how you can improve your English pronunciation, of course, I'm going to have lots of new information on this channel. I do work with clients individually. There's also a course available for you, or a book, or an audiobook, whatever works for you, that works in your daily life to improve your English pronunciation. I want to give it to you. Now, as you're learning all this information about practicing, you're probably thinking, okay, so what's my next step? I need to kind of understand a little bit about what to do next. So check out this video. That's going to give you all the information about the anatomy and the sounds of the North American English pronunciation, how our lips and tongue and jaw move to make those sounds, and gives you the basics of pronunciation. Okay, so I'll see you there.